This is Kenneth, and my next question is, what was the oddest experience you've had living out abroad?
The oddest experience I had living out abroad. Okay, so when we lived in Turkey, I think we lived there 2 years, but not consecutively. So my ex-husband was an international basketball player, and I met him in Paris, and then we came back here, um, and then we kind of bounced around from country to country. And when we went to Turkey, Turkey's kind of like, to me, I guess, third world. So when you travel, like Barbados is first world. North America, the Caribbean, I would say that's like first world. And then South America is like second world. Third world, it's where it's like I don't know. We stayed in this apartment. The first weekend we were in our apartment, the lights went out, the water was cut off, and we had no gas. You had to go out and buy gas in these containers and then hook it up to your stove. So some countries don't have like piped-in services. Oh, and then you have to bribe somebody to get a phone. So we had no phone. So to me, that was third world. Like we had nothing, and so that was a huge adjustment. So that first weekend being in that apartment, we had just moved in and we had no services. So my survival skills, I had to kick in. I mean, we had to go outside, take containers, go get water with the locals, go to this it's not a well, but there was a spout in the side of a wall. We had to go and get water. And then I didn't have a washing machine, so we had the people in the building, they helped us to get a maid, and she would come in and she would put our dirty laundry in like this bucket, not a bucket, but a large pan on the floor, and she poured water in it and the soap, and she would step on the clothes, and that's how she washed the clothes.
What?
So, yeah,
Wow, that's
yes. And then she would hang them up to dry. So that's like third world living, you know. So, but if I had a did that first and not gone to Europe first and did, first world, I think it would have really been a culture shock. But it was gradual for us, because I would say some parts of Venezuela is probably like second world, but Turkey definitely was third world. Parts of Turkey, parts of Istanbul, yeah, third world. So I would say that's probably the most, yeah. And it's like biblical times. You during Ramadan they have Abraham was supposed to sacrifice his son Isaac, and then there was a bush, a ram in the bush, and that was sacrificed. Well, they actually do. I actually witnessed during Ramadan, during that time, a sacrifice, but I think it was a bull,
Wait,
and
they
he.
sacrifice humans?
No, 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 no. They don't sacrifice humans. He hit the bull in the head, and then once the bull, this is on the street, and then once the bull fell out, he took it and he sliced it open, and then there was a woman there, and they give to the poor the first offering from the sacrifice. And so he cut it open and he took out the raw meat and he gave it to her. And this is like on a side street in a neighborhood. And so I witnessed that, and I was like, wow, that is living the Bible. That was amazing
Yeah,
to
no,
me.
they actually did it like exactly the same way.
wow, that's
Yeah,
interesting. That's crazy.
yeah, yeah. So,
I never knew
so
that Turkey. Oh, I never. I said I never knew that Turkey was a third world country. I never knew that. That's cool.
yeah, well, parts of it. I mean, it's half European and half Asian, but
Uh-huh.
it's still very old world
Oh
when you
yeah.
go there. Like, yeah, it's very old world. Like there's dust and dirt, and people are washing. You have to, how in the Bible they wash their feet. That was a ceremony. Well, they did that because it was dusty. Well, they still do that in Turkey today. I mean, like I was at a zoo, at the zoo in Istanbul, and I went in the bathroom, and people had their feet in the sink and they're washing their feet off because they're dusty, you know? So, yeah,
Wow.
yeah.
So I have